All right. Hey, what's up, guys? It's Greg with Toys here. Um, Today's Saturday. We got a pretty difficult war matchup. We have a couple hours until the beginning of this battle day. I'd like to actually go through a couple things. I guess as an intro here, what I'd like to do is give a little info on some resources that are available and how we can better communicate amongst the clan and help each other map out strategies for attacking bases and stuff like that. So, as everybody knows, we have Band as our main chat application. We have our war base calling pull to-do list actually for each war that we're in. A little snippet around this is that for each to-do list. Obviously, everybody knows that they come in here, they select their base that they're going to attack. They go ahead and they attack it. And if they don't perform a 3-star, they should come back over here and deselect or uncheck the base. That's really kind of one of the key points I'd like to stress here is that if you don't 3-star it, that's cool, whatever. But come back over here and uncheck that base, make it available to the next person, especially with trying to coordinate attack strategies and cleanups and everything else. You really got to make that available to the next person and in a timely manner. We've had numerous occasions where I've actually had to go in and I had to rationalize the bases called and uncheck certain things, and that takes up time. So please just come back, uncheck base, make it available to the next person down the line. Also, in each war to-do list here, I try to include some stuff on the previous war. I'll put down some notes as far as what I've seen previous war. Some things we may need to tweak. A couple things right here. Obviously, the base calling, the base selection. Base selection is really critical. And ideally, what we want is we really need those bottom bases tackled, 3-starred earlier in the war rather than later. What usually happens is we run later in the war and we run in time crunches. I wind up having to spend personally a couple hundred gems per war at the end of the war. I'm usually myself and Mook, we try to clean up a lot towards the end, see what's available, but during some critical war matchups, we might have to play it safe, or ideally, we'd like to have we'd like to use our 3-star strategies at the end of the war. We've been able to do it a couple times past couple wars, with the exception of the last one. But last one we had to ensure 2 stars minimum and try to aim for those 3 stars. We try to do some back end hogs and balloons and stuff like that. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. Hey, we still won the war, so great job, guys. But we also had a lot of unused attacks towards the end of the war. I know the last 6 to 8 hours or so, really even trying to get a hold of a lot of people via band and even through other friends that they have in the clan. So anyway, base planning is the next one that was on the list. There isn't a one-size-fits-all army, so that's what makes the game interesting. So, things can take into consideration, during base planning. You know, the perimeter of the defenses. How far do they go? If you place an archer to take out an army camp, are you going to just waste troops by having an archer tower kill off your archer, or are you going to have to use a minion, to make sure that a cannon can't reach your troop? Create that funnel, get those troops in, knock out the core, and use some troops go around the outside. So anyway, we have a lot of other guys in the clan that, a lot of LT guys too, that are more than willing to help out. So catch us online, and we'll help you as much as we can, given our time and personal lives and everything. The next one on the list was the clean up bottom bases. As I said earlier, during war, we really got to make sure those are cleaned up. Ideally, beginning of the war, if we have a 25 versus 25 mat down at 25 spot, really should get priority, maybe on the lower bases. Maybe he should attack 25 first, see what he does, go for 24, and then our number 24, depending on what's available, towards the end, towards the bottom there. Maybe he goes for 25 and then 24, 23, whatever. You see the whole gist. Work your way up the ladder there from bottom up. And then that also allows our top players to know what's going on. The war is going to unfold, and we need to maximize those stars. So really, especially going to last war, we had a lot of guys go above their comfort zone, especially with like a king down or a dark spell factory down. Although I understand going into war, you might want to just get in there. I when I have a king being upgraded, I usually gem in the war. And I don't want to go in there without both heroes, and certainly not with all my spells. One of the other ones was the Dark Spell Factory was down. It could have been nice to have that poison spell to take out some skeletons or the CC troops, because the CC troops certainly killed off a lot of the attacking troops. Anyway, guys, that's pretty much it on Band here. So let's coordinate this upcoming war. Let's work together and, do some base planning on there. The other few resources that are available, we do have a Twidla link over here, and it's twidla.com/toys. So, I don't need to be online for everyone to use Twidla. You could just go to that link, just arrange it with someone on there and, pull up a browser. I know it works on tablets. You can just go right into the Twidla. I recommend using a computer. And what this will allow you to do is use a web page. You can upload a copy of the base that you're planning on. And apparently I'm having some internet connectivity issues. Possibly. But anyway, you can upload a base on here and you can draw on this. So, you can, say you're sending in clan castle troops over here, you're taking out, something over there, whatever. Unfortunately, I don't have the image up right now, so I can't show you an example. But anyway, you upload the image, you mark it up with, various colors and, stuff like that. And you can have multiple people on the same image and providing their recommendations. That's for the visual aspect. The audio aspect is actually two things. You can either use your voice over IP, your headset, what have you here, or there's a dial-in phone number shown at the very top of the chat window. It has a dial-in. It's got that room number, then the passcode. I just set it to 999. So feel free to use that, guys, by all means. We also have a TeamSpeak server. That is essentially a chat server that you connect into and allows you to have audio conversations. So you can go in the TeamSpeak server, load up the application either on your phone, tablet, or on the computer. Go over to teamspeak.com and then connect into connectclc.com. I'd like to see if we can get a little bit more activity on there. I'll try to lurk around as much as possible. I usually keep my computer off to the side. I have my tablet, which I use for attacking and CLC. So even during a work day, I kind of keep it off to the side. So hence, that's kind of the reason you'll often find me online a lot. So I don't have work to do. Anyway, guys, so feel free to use that as well. All right, let me quit out of there. Let me clear a couple things. So we have several resources there. So please, please, please use those. One of the speaking of resources, over on Band, one of the things I posted in the toys announcements is a member resources over here, and it says this post contains links to various resources. So take a look at those. If you find something that's useful to you, go ahead and check it. That way, it'll put that at more of the top of the list, and it'll rank the more popular ones towards the top of the list. It has the TeamSpeak server, the Twidla, OneHive. I highly recommend that YouTube channel. Watch their text; they teach a lot of great strategies. We have war rules down there. One of the things is links to popular internet war bases. I see a lot of people actually attacking some war bases, which are pretty popular, and you may as well use everything to your advantage. Go out to this link right here, and especially this war that's going on right now, I do notice a couple. I didn't want to do that. I do notice a couple bases that are very popular. So why not? I mean, go out to that site. There's one that I have here, Kara Heroes Internet War Base. There's a Reddit one. There's some other stuff in here. If you have any more links, go ahead and post them down below, and then I'll add them. Anyway, going on the war bases then, popular war bases. I also tried to put in this to-do band listing some of the things like here, base number 7. I know it's a pretty popular war base. I'm going to uncheck that. It's a pretty popular war base, so check it out. If you think you can 3-star that, I recommend coordinating with an LT member up here. I do have some bases up here reserved for, they're not necessarily reserved only for LT members, but these are more the harder bases, and I think that you should, definitely coordinate your attack strategy if you intend on attacking those, because we need to really get those 3 stars. And hence the reason really a lot of those are reserved. And the way that I reserved those was twofold. Number one, I took a look at the number of LT members we have in the war. I think we have, I don't know, maybe like 10 or so, maybe even more. But figure like 20 attacks. But let's kind of just step through some of the bases individually, and some of the harder ones I actually marked off and reserved here. So anyway, along that lines, it's actually worked out for many wars. So if you do intend on trying to attack those, strategize and chat with someone, LT member preferably, then to map it out. Anyway, that's that. Onward to the war at hand. So this war that we have planned, or we have the battle day starting in a couple hours here. I don't know how. I don't know how we got matched up against these guys. We got 330 or 23,388 points in our clan, and they have like 21,683. We have less number of Town Hall 8s and below than that, or actually we have 4 Town Hall 8s. I think they have like 3. 1, 2, 3. The rest of them are Town Hall 9s. Their walls are crazy, in comparison to ours. Their number 3 guy just upgraded to Town Hall 10. And I mean, I don't get it. And his queen is already to 31, so he must have just had this upgrade planned. And his king 30. You take a look at some of these other guys, their queen, their heroes are just, they're up there, man. Oh, that's why I can't. No, okay. I am definitely having internet connectivity issues, guys. So what I'm going to do, one sec, guys, sorry. Let's continue. What I'd like to actually do is step through some bases here. I guess we'll probably start from the bottom up. So we have, let's see, 3 Town Hall 8s on their side, and we have 4 on our side. So ideally, what we want to do is obviously all the Town Hall 8s, take care of the Town Hall 8s ASAP, and more of the higher up Town Hall 8s, maybe they can then move up and maybe attack like a low Town Hall 9 or something, see what they can do. Maybe they can scout it for another Town Hall 9 to maximize 3 stars. So maybe like I don't know, our number 1, 2, 3, 4. So like our 21 guy, maybe do a simple ground attack on this and see where some double giant bombs might be, whatever, and open it up for another Town Hall 9. That would be ideal, but I understand time constraints and real life things that happen, and we got to just basically coordinate. That's all. We need to maximize this stuff. So anyway, let's start with the low bases and work our way up and see what we can do. So number 25, ideally, I think we should have Matt take 25 and 24 to first start it off. Our 24 guy, actually, I think that's Guano. Guano's a little bit more experienced. He might want to move up a little bit or hold off, allow the other Town Hall 8s to do their thing, and then take over from there. That's probably the best way to handle that. Anyway, I do want to. A lot of guys don't even, or they try to strategize a base and they don't know where to begin. They say, well, here I'll create a go wipe or something, or I'll create like a whole mix of troops, and hopefully it works out for a 3-star. You really should go in a little bit more planning than that. So starting from just like the basics, click on a couple different things, see where the whole perimeter lies here, where you can actually place troops. So we saw like right here, it comes out over here, see if there are any holes in the base, and then, move into other things like, all right, CC. So the perimeter of the CC goes out this far, so if I were to lure that CC, where are some points that I can trigger that? So maybe sending in I don't know, maybe a hog from this direction, maybe a hog from this direction, go there, hog from there, or whatever, sending in, maybe a giant. Giant takes a bigger punch, so there are going to be some difficult bases to lure, but I believe, in my opinion, there's always a way to lure, but there are some certain trade-offs. If you're going to lure and bring them over to like a corner, on this base, it's free. You have a lot of stuff going on, a lot of like, outside structures and stuff, and it might eat up a lot of time. So you probably want to consider like a quick lure of some sort, and go in. This, in my opinion, this is probably not a good dragon base unless you use a mix of troops for those last 20 spots to clear up a lot of outside structures. Maybe some goblins and your king to help clean up a lot of that stuff. So as far as dragon attack, I probably wouldn't recommend that. I would probably stick with some sort of ground attack. You can maybe, and I know, you're kind of limited to troops when you're a Town Hall 8. So depending on your troop composition, what levels they are, you'd probably consider a ground attack on this. Lure the CC, probably, lure it over a corner, and depending on where you want to attack from, move right in. There's really no one correct way to attack any style of base. You could do, if you really wanted to guarantee a 2-star, you could do a dragon attack and try to mix in some back end stuff, some archers on some camps or goblins to help with storages, but I seriously think you're going to run in time crunch here. I would probably recommend some kind of ground attack. Maybe start off with a go wipe. The Dark Elixir storage really has the most hit points. You would probably want to start taking that out sooner than later. Probably attack from, I would probably attack from the southwest here. So I'd probably, send in some troops over this way and try to see if you can, like, take out some air defenses, and maybe you can send in some back end balloons, take out some of these other structures right up here, So just a suggestion along that. So if you need help, get a hold of someone, and we'll certainly try to plan that out with you. Base number 24, it's a little bit more compact. You could actually do a dragon attack on this. Don't know who would be attacking this, but depending on the troops, you could possibly maybe use 2 lightning spells on this air defense up here and an earthquake to take that out. That's a level 6 air defense, though. So depending on your lightning spell, what level it is, and possibly the earthquake. Well, I think the earthquake, it might be okay to use a level 1. I don't know. It might be an option right there. If you take that out, you can probably send in dragons, from here and here, probably to create that funnel. Let them, take out some outside, structures. I don't know what's behind there. Okay, yeah. So we got, take out this. It'll probably, obviously, attract, some additional fire from the archer tower and the air defense there. So be aware of that. That air defense comes out to there. So it looks like after you take this structure out, and the dragon will probably go this way. If you deploy the dragon from here, it'll take this one out and it'll go up here, and it'll probably breathe fire right around here. So after this camp is taken out and goes in, it will probably start getting fire from this air defense. So create that funnel over here, send in 1 dragon, let it breathe a couple times on that, take it out, send in here, here, here. Let these structures be taken out, and then you probably want to have more emphasis towards the middle with your dragons, and you can get to these 2 air defenses, and hopefully you can get to the rest of the base in time. So that's one option. By using 2 lightning spells and an earthquake, you will allow yourself to add in a rage spell. That way you can rage right around the town hall area and the air defenses here, and really get those taken out sooner than later. The dragons should actually make their way in and take this air sweeper out as well. Along with that, your CC troops probably would be the standard loons, max loons, and hopefully clear it out. The other option is probably to use, again, some ground troops. If you have some hogs, let's see where on a hog attack. A Town Hall 8 has 3 giant bombs. So possible giant bomb locations could be here, 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 or here. And here, and it doesn't look like there. That's only a 1x1 or so. Or like a 2x2, right? Yeah, something like that. It can't fit in there. Okay, so we don't have any double giant bomb locations, so you can also use a hog attack. Using a hog attack, definitely lure that CC. So you probably want to send in one hog, either from here or there, possibly lure the CC out to a corner somewhere. So let's figure out a good lure spot and where you want to begin your attack. You got the king right there. Well, let's see here. So this archer tower reaches pretty far out there, and this one as well. So you could possibly even place an archer right here on this elixir collector and then lure out here and kill off the CC troops. I would recommend possibly to allow the CC to come out over here. They're going to kill off your archer, and you can maybe send in a nice slow barbarian right here. This dragon will come out a little bit further, and then what you could do is since barbarians do take a little bit more damage, DPS, you can place a barbarian there, and then you want to put your wizards behind the barbarians. So this dragon, and the whole point there is to get that dragon shooting at this barbarian, and then it's got to position itself for other barbarians. Meanwhile, you got your wizards behind them and taking out that dragon, and possibly probably a balloon along with the dragon. You could also, with the hog attack, you could actually use your poison out here. That's going to slow down the CC troops so that your wizards can kill them off quicker. Another possibility, when you actually lure the CC, obviously your troop here is going to get killed off. You can actually use your CC spell over here, your poison spell, I'm sorry, over here, and it will slowly but surely, take out at least the balloon, and then you can lure them out east here and start with your attack. So a couple different options there. Personally, on a hog attack like that, I probably would prefer to save the poison for possible skeletons, because they really take out those hogs pretty quick if you don't have those healed, and they're just following them around and killing them off. One of the other things I've seen on hog attacks with our clan is that a lot of guys are just killing off CC troops, and they're just doing a simple two finger drop with hogs, boom boom, and they just kind of put them out there, and they'll put their heals in some stalling spots, and just hope for the best. Meanwhile, what you have here are spring traps, setting off 6 hogs at a time, and your hogs just basically get really low on hogs. They just spring all over the board. What I personally like doing, although there are some bases that you can do that 2-finger drop, that's cool. I usually try to plan out more of a surgical attack. You can see there's possible spring trap right there. Maybe some spring traps somewhere in there. I don't know, somewhere mixed around. Around the base, possibly in there and there. What I would want to do is, depending on your hogs, of course, probably level 4 at Town Hall 8. I definitely wouldn't recommend anything less. Maybe put 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 hogs directly at this archer tower. This will actually draw fire from the cannons once they go in, as well as probably that mortar right there. You'd probably maybe put 3 on that after it draws fire, maybe even 4. Let these hogs converge to the middle there. Send in a heal on there. You can send in maybe some more hogs right over here on the mortar. But more of a surgical type deployment. And one of the things, even one hive that sticks in my head, is that even on Laloon attacks, a clockwise or counterclockwise fashion really works well. So if you're going to deploy hogs, don't deploy like over here and then over here, because first of all, there's a lot to take care of, a lot of stuff to keep track of, and you just have a lot of hogs just in different places for easy defenses to kill off. So that's why I'd recommend maybe just choosing clockwise or counterclockwise, and deploy. In this case, like I don't know, counterclockwise. Deploy these, because what'll happen is hogs go in, they'll go one way or the other, and that way you can actually keep track of hogs, and you want a big cluster of hogs to take out defenses quicker than a lot sooner than later, so that you can actually get those defenses down. Cleanup troops at the very end, you want to make sure you have enough cleanup troops on those. So as I said before, there's no really one army fits all, so you really got to map things out. Anyway, that's number 24. I won't elaborate more on hogs too much in further bases here. 23. This is a very easy CC lure. I would probably recommend from over here, just in case there are any additional like spring traps over here to stop any kind of luring technique. So yeah, I would probably just lure, trigger the CC, lure them out to a corner, and figure out where you're going to start your attack from. On this one, the type of attack, probably not dragons. You got this air sweeper over here, and once the dragons get in, you're really going to be kind of hosed. They're going to just be blown. Unless possible, you could do a rage spell on there. Maybe take out this air defense with 2 lightning and an earthquake, and then do your deployment from the northwest here and get in. But that's still a lot of structures to get through just for these 2 air defenses. So again, I would probably consider a hog deployment on this as well. You got a possible 2 double giant bomb trap right there. It looks like over here as well, possibly. You probably got Teslas over there, and possibly a Tesla here. Probably 2 right there, and then 1 over here is southeast. That's possibility. Spring traps, mixed in here and there. But this is a pretty tight base. Your hogs should be able to actually take this out pretty timely. CC truce. If you're going to do a hog attack, you probably just put another 5 hogs in your CC. Let's see, anything else kind of point out? I think that's pretty much it. So, it's pretty compact base, and I would still consider the surgical approach, especially when you get up over here. What'll happen is, let's see, you're going to take out this, and the hogs are going to path, looks like, to there, and then there. You could possibly send in more hogs after this is taken out and this is taken out. My apologies. I think I was on 23. Okay, so anyway, I don't know how much of the recording it actually stopped at, but I was actually recommending a hog attack here. So watch out for your double giant bombs here. Think about your pathing. So if you send in hogs here and here, probably have them take out this cannon, that cannon. This set of hogs are going to go over here, take out that. Then they're going to actually path through this way. You might actually split some hogs out over this direction, trigger some Teslas. So your stalling points for your hogs and where you should place your heels, probably like here. I see another one probably right over here, and your last one possibly like right down here somewhere. So again, watch your pathing of the hogs. Probably take out these two right here. If you get a set of hogs that go over here, you might actually run into double giant bombs. So you might want to send another maybe 3 hogs in at this, so the hogs, will path, through this way as well. Then over on the other side. So maybe send in these, give it a couple seconds, take out this cannon, send in more hogs over here on this archer tower, and then maybe you can send in your other hogs over here. And this should pretty much, demolish this base pretty quickly. Probably your CC, another 5 hogs. All right, 22 is finally getting in a Town Hall 9. So CC holds 25 on there, so it's possibly a dragon and a balloon. So a learning candidate for the CC could possibly be to trigger it right here. It would be hard to trigger it right here because the hog would probably go over towards the archer tower. So I would probably send in a hog here, or you can even do a giant. That giant's going to go up to the wall and trigger. And it has a lot of hit points anyway, so it's not going to be taken out right away. But anyway, that's your lure. As far as attack style, you could do a mix of ground troops to get in through some walls. To get in through some walls, you probably have Teslas in the middle there. You can rage through. Hopefully you can get some wizards in there to take out some of these air defenses. You got a really low level air defense there, like 4, I think. And you can possibly do like a back end balloon. You can send in some balloons on some back end stuff. So that's one option. You also have this expo and that expo on air ground. So prior to deploying anything that is reachable, buy those for your balloons. You want to make sure those those expos are taken out, as well as those air defenses, of course. Personally, I still like the hog approach on this. Double giant bombs, doesn't look like he's got any. Probably just singles. So he probably has some single bombs there. Possibly one in here. He probably has maybe 2 Teslas and 1 Tesla, whatever. But his Tesla's probably in the core there. All right, need help on that? Let somebody know. Let's 3-star that thing. So yep, low battery. All right, I'm at 14%, guys, so I'm going to make this quick. Don't think I'm going to get through to a lot more bases, unless I go upstairs. This one's a very popular internet base. We actually ran into this base last war as well. So take a look at it. I think Rupert actually tried a queen walk on this. I think it was his first one, and kind of failed. But one of the cool things I actually have done on this base before, I've actually used a hocus pocus just for grins on this. I 3-starred it. One of the things for the CC lure, a lot of people don't realize this, but it's see the perimeter over here. You have all the defenses around the perimeter. It's hard to lure that, but get think about this a little bit. You could actually send in a giant. It'll go up over here. It'll take fire from this archer tower. I think this mortar might actually reach in the vicinity, but if it's attracting this fire, you could actually send in a single wall breaker, and it'll get in this perimeter. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be taken out by something. I don't know if this expo possibly, I think this expo might come up to the wall I think I looked at this before. But hey, it triggers a CC. Yeah, see that X-bow actually reaches out here. It'll get killed, but you're triggering the CC, which is most likely a dragon and a balloon in the first place. So it's going to be really easy to lure that. So think about that, and you can lure the CC, possibly probably out here to the east, and then send in, do maybe a Goho if you want here, send in a Golem there and get rid of that, and possibly, Golem on this. The king is going to go towards the Golem. You can actually, and it'll actually attract fire over here, so send in some wizards, create that funnel. You probably want to use a couple witches on this due to all the crap around the base, to help out, but kill off that king, send any heroes, get up there, take out that queen, and start your deployment. Possibly a mix of, probably Goho, I would say. A couple golems, wizards, a couple witches. Get in there with your hogs. And depending on where your troops go, either clockwise or counterclockwise. I also have a YouTube video on this base from Lethal. I believe Trauma took that out. Unfortunately, I wish I recorded my Hocus Pocus on it. That would be cool. All right, the next one, luring candidate, is possibly from the southeast here. You have a couple spots for some double giant bombs. So if you are deciding to use a Goho strategy on this, possibly deploy this hog so that it jumps over the wall. It possibly triggers both the CC and it sets off a double giant bomb there. That's a good candidate right there. Additionally, whenever possible, you can trigger off, during that lure, or even prior to the actual attack, you can trigger off some other possible giant bomb locations. Maybe up here, maybe down here. Trigger, locate a giant bomb. Possibly right through here. I don't know about over here. Probably not. So anyway, get creative. Think about this. Plan it out. Spring traps, giant bombs, stuff like that. This queen, especially during a hog attack, you gotta take her down. So get a good kill squad in order there. I would probably, at the very basics here, lure, CC kill. Maybe have 2 golems and a witch or something. Maybe send in golems over here. Send in wizards around here to create that funnel. Allow these structures to get taken out before, especially before sending in your heroes. You don't want that king wandering off and going around the outside over here. So watch it during that deployment. So again, like if you did a golem here and like a golem there, it's going to attract fire from, all these defenses. They're going to be busy. You can create that funnel, take that stuff out. Send in 2 witches to help out over here in this vicinity. You can actually send in 2 wall breakers to take out this single wall here. That is after these structures on the outside are taken out. That's a delayed wall breaker deployment. What will happen is these golems will be up against these walls over here. And once you open up this wall right here, these golems will come in the middle there and make their way inward to this compartment, and you can take that out. Come to think of it, I think this is also a popular internet base, so check it out. Possibly a jump spell right there. Get that in. Those witches will help take out any potential traps, going inward. Kill squad in. Hog deployment starting right around that same area, possibly possibly, here, work your way around. You have stalling points for your heal spell, work your way around, another stalling point there and possibly there. And then your fourth spell for Town Hall 9. Well, your actual fourth spell would be a jump right there. All right, guys. I don't think I'm going to get any more in. I got 5% battery on my laptop. So, please just coordinate with someone and strategize. Let's get these 3 stars in and the bottom base is cleared out, and, let's kick some butt. Have a good one, guys.